That's not how Wendy Richter's speech was. You want me to tell you how Wendy Richter's speech was because you want to watch everything over? Let me save you a trip. This was Wendy Richter's fucking speech. Girls just want to have fun. There is life after wrestling. You can be something without the wrestling business. Wrestling isn't everything. Girls just want to have fun. 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 That is her whole speech. The bitch is even shouting it, all right, the next night when Howard Finkel is doing the introductions. And the female inductee for the Hall of Fame, Wendy Richter. Girls just want to have fun. Blow me. That's why Hugo Savinovich left her. Not because he didn't know English, but because he understood that. Woo!
I'm the best in the world.
What I'd like to have right now.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because I was right when I was cool.
Are you ready?
It doesn't matter!
I said, are you ready? I'm a sexy beast, baby! I was up all night! And I'm for life!
Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of the For Life podcast, the caffeine edition, if you will. I am one half of your host of the longest running, periodic, episodic wrestling podcast show. I am Cheyenne Ortiz, being joined as always by
the big Bosch man.
Yeah, lots and lots to cover because unfortunately we couldn't get around to you last week. Things got a little crazy for us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cover a couple different things.
That'll be on the best of behind the scenes.
Yeah, hopefully not. Yeah.
I should charge people for last week's episode that never aired.
yeah, $2. Let's real quick divulge into Fastlane, which I thought was
decent
it
show.
got a very mixed reaction, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a decent show.
I thought it was a decent show. I mean, WrestleMania is right around the corner. I wasn't expecting a 5-star pay-per-view. There was a nice little build. You know, all the feuds pretty much got what they needed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people were complaining about the Owens and Goldberg match, which was extremely short. But I mean, I don't think anybody was expecting anything different. I
wasn't.
I wasn't either. I think I left more disappointed about the Charlotte match. If anything.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bigger shock and a bigger disappointment and pretty pointless.
A lot of people were upset also that Strowman did not go over on Reigns.
Or that Reigns went over clean. I think those two upset me more than the Owens and Goldberg. I would say
the women's one upset me. The Goldberg one didn't.
I would put the women's at the top of the list and then Braun second. And I mean, the Goldberg Owens thing it didn't disappoint me because I wasn't surprised and I was expecting that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know that the internet likes to get their hopes up. Oh, maybe they'll find a way to keep it on Owens. And no, they weren't going to find a way to keep it on Owens. And
yeah,
it's a U.S. title match, and Goldberg and Brock is the the Universal title match.
Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Mm-hmm. But I can't remember the other matches off the top of my head. Nia and Sasha.
That was a good match, and kind of playing back the tape of last week in my head, embarrassingly enough. If anybody had listened to Rip Rogers, he was on Stone Cold's podcast.
And he was on again this week. I listened to both of them.
Yeah, that's the one I got to listen to, the newest one. Sasha Banks and Nia Jax followed that formula to the T.
Yeah.
It was out of nowhere. The only little pet peeve was because Sasha got killed with that leg drop at the end. So for her to come back from that was like, oh my God. thought it kind of weakened the whole leg drop finish a little bit. But I thought they had a great match, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And if you listen to this show on a religious basis, number one, thank you so much. And number two, you already know where I feel about Sasha Banks. So, you know
how I feel.
thought it was yeah, I thought it was a good match.
Yeah.
You?
Same here from what I saw. I think another thing I was probably just as probably rank high on my list of disappointments was just the treatment of Rusev in the Big Show match.
Yeah, let's get into that real quick.
And apparently it was because of his haircut. That's what the rumor going around. I don't know if it's like a legit rumor, but that's what I heard.
You really think?
Would you be surprised?
That's true. That's true.
I mean, look how they got when they announced their for engagement.
Well, that was different. They had every single right.
Yeah, but Rusev cutting his hair. I think they said that he cut it without letting the company know.
Correct.
I mean, they could have. I mean, considering he was going with the handsome gimmick, they could have. If he did plan to cut his hair, they could have built to like a hair versus hair match.
Well, he did it behind their back. I mean, which
I believe.
You cannot compare.
No, I know, but
to that.
I mean, considering what I've seen on Total Divas, like I know whenever any of the girls want to do anything drastic, they do make a big deal out of it. Like when Paige wanted to get like this huge tattoo under her tits,
yeah,
everybody freaked out and like she had to run it by the company, and the company didn't approve of it, and she ended up not doing it. And same thing when Eva Marie, when the show first started, Eva Marie dyed her hair red and she wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
So they do take that seriously, I guess, when it comes to like marketing and merchandising, or with the action figures or the game.
Plus, and this statement might not sound that great. They have a kind of preset image.
Yeah.
Of how everybody should look, particularly the women.
Yeah.
So.
But in the case of Rusev, I mean, there have been guys in the past that get haircuts. I mean, I guess they run it by the company, or.
Yeah, and they work it into an angle. You remember when Nash,
Well, that was for the Punisher.
Right, and they work that into an angle.
Or you wear a wig and then chop it all off with a razor, like Taker did.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I got one for you that I don't think we touched on last week. Were you unhappy that the New Day only got an interview, only got a promo, basically?
No, because they're going to be the host of Mania, so that's all they're going to be doing during Mania. They're not building to a match.
How many segments at Mania is enough from the New Day? How many is too little? I feel like they're going to be more involved than ever because of their talent. Because Hogan really, when you think about it, aside from the opener, Hogan really wasn't at Mania 30.
Well, he did the opener and then the backstage segment with the Mania 1 main event.
Steve, Piper, and yeah.
Yeah. And what else did he do?
I think that's it, actually. 2 segments. And
like I know with The Rock had a few more, but he was also building to a match.
Correct.
Because he had the opening, he had a few backstage skits. I know that because I know there was one with Austin.
The opener, there was an Austin. There was another one.
The one with Mae Young pinching his butt.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Then there was the interference in the main.
Right.
It's crazy to think Rock has been at like 5 or 6 Manias in a row.
Yeah, he's always made it.
Yeah.
Ever since Atlanta, he's always made it, which I got to give it to him.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Jericho? Was that enough to build towards that match? And is that match now demoralized because it's not for the WWE title, that it's only for the United States Championship?
I honestly don't think it needed either of the belts. I think the story's been building for so long with their friendship and the couple of months build up and the teases and the double cross, and and now Jericho costing Owens the title. I don't think Jericho needed that U.S. title.
Mm.
I think you could
Well, it was a
have.
novelty because it was the one that got away. It was the Great White Buffalo.
What, the U.S. title?
Yeah, for
I
Jericho.
mean, I think he could have won it and then maybe lost it to Sammy, and then that could have been a
Which I
program.
thought they were going to do at one
I thought
point.
so too,
Remember
but I
that?
think uh, our good friend Jamal Jackson posted in the Facebook group that I guess the Seth Rollins injury kind of threw everything off,
Yeah.
where it was kind of building towards Sammy winning that belt, but it kind of was thrown off by Seth, where he was thrown into the feud with Joe, and but yeah, I would have preferred Sammy and Joe for the U.S. title and put the belt on Joe, and then Owens and Jericho just being a grudge feud,
Right.
and then
I, I guess
the
I guess
Universal
because I'm the
on Goldberg and Brock, just to, like I was mentioning last week, it brings that legitimacy to the title to have two big names fighting over it, because
that's
it
true.
still hasn't been established, because it went from Balor winning it in like his second week and then getting injured that night, and then it went to Owens, who up until that point was just an upper mid carder.
Correct.
So
That's just
neither
totally
guy was
compatible.
established as a main event guy. So now it's on Goldberg and then Brock. So having those two names in the lineage brings that legitimacy to the belt.
Right.
So,
Right. No, that's the argument you've been making for a while now, and to be honest with you, until you made
and it's nothing against
that
Balor
argument.
or Owens. It's just to bring in the
No.
eyes of the audience. It still seems, up until now, it seemed like a second rate belt. Kind of like when they were putting that world title on the big gold belt on guys that weren't seen as main eventers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
It kind of became like an
So
intercontinental,
are
like a
you
second.
saying in the sense? Are you saying in the sense of that when the Universal Championship came out, the brand Raw was bigger than the belt?
Yeah,
In that verbiage is what you mean?
yeah.
Okay, then I totally
Like
agree with that
it's
argument
weird because it's Raw was the
because
bigger show.
SmackDown gets the established WWE title. There
Yeah,
is no argument. There is no argument about it. Versus Raw kind of has to start from the bottom up. This is
yeah.
weird.
And they took. I mean,
Okay,
and I applaud them for taking that risk and putting it on Balor from the beginning. And we'll never know what the intention was or what was going to follow that.
right.
And then putting it on Owens was definitely a great moment, but Owens hadn't been established at that point.
Well, that moment and Kevin being the new authority guy is what established Owens. I feel like
Hmm.
if you're an indie fan and if you know Kevin Owens his whole career, then
Yeah.
then you know he can be a main eventer for the WWE.
Well, no, I mean, I know it too. Like I've said, I've been watching him for a decade, and I'm definitely a big fan of his. But up until that
Right.
point, like with the exception of his debut when he was brought in strong against Cena, but then after that he kind of just floundered in the upper mid card,
Yes, he did.
whether it
Yes,
was
he did.
against Ryback or Ambrose.
That's right. Owens did get Ambrose for a while.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this time last year he had him at Rumble, and did he have him at Fastlane too? No, Fastlane they did that four-way, right? They
No,
did that four-way.
Fastlane.
Him, Sammy. Oh no, that was the Miz. I'm sorry.
No, that was at Extreme Rules. I know Fastlane. Ambrose was in the title picture, but he was still Intercontinental Champion.
Okay, yeah,
But I think he won it in
yeah,
like some multi-man match on Raw to get it off Ambrose for the Lesnar feud.
for the draft. Yeah, well, all right, for the Lesnar feud, correct? Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. But I guess we'll see where it goes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not.
Overall, I thought it was a fair show, and I thought it was great. A great way to build up a lot of good angles. So I don't have any major. Uh,
No, I guess outside of the women's angle, I think had they waited to put it on Bayley for the first time at Mania, that would have been a bigger moment.
Right.
Rather than having her win it on a random Raw and then she ends her pay-per-view streak at a B show. I think
Yeah.
had Bayley had that moment on at Mania and Charlotte's first loss and winning the belt, that would have been a huge moment.
Well, now the question is, we go into WrestleMania, does the kind of like the Undertaker?
Does the streak matter?
Making a statement. Does the streak matter? Does Bayley retaining matter? Does Sasha Banks now, who spent all of the last year feuding with Charlotte, get her WrestleMania? I feel like, in terms of moments, Nia Jax, the dark horse.
Well, as of right now, she's not in the match.
Again, that is true. As of right now, that Nia Jax may not even be in the match.
Yeah.
Which is another fair point.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we... I feel like they're saving Dana Brooke for the Dana Brooke-Charlotte feud for the night after Mania when Charlotte turns face. That's my guess right now on public, on record.
And then bring Emma in as Dana's partner?
Yeah, because that's been talked about too. Put them both together.
Yeah. Well, they were together, and then Emma got hurt, and they threw Dana with Charlotte.
Right.
And now they're already showing teases for Emma returning as her previous gimmick.
Yes, in the 90s cop gimmick, yeah.
Yeah. No, not the dancing one, the dark one. The heel.
Yeah, the 90s cop. The 90s,
oh yeah,
the
90s cop. I thought you said 90s pop.
Like Judge Dredd with tits. I saw that.
Like Judge Dredd with tits.
I saw that. That's the line of the night, by the way, for listening to the show.
Definitely.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a good show. Let's talk Monday Night Raw, because I thought Monday Night Raw was similar to AJ Styles in the sense that it was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw the Hulu version, so I saw the hour and a half version of Raw.
Well, I missed the last hour, which I'm going to try to make into a funny skit.
Okay.
But I missed the last hour, but of course, YouTube clued me and smarted me up.
Uh-huh.
They opened with a Goldberg promo, of course, the victory promo.
Yeah.
Which was...
No, that wasn't
actually,
the open.
that was I
was going to say, that was later in the show.
Yeah, that was 9 o'clock. No. For 8, I'm going to tell you what they opened with. Hold on.
They opened with Owens and Jericho, I think? Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho. You're absolutely right. I'm so used to Goldberg opening. That's why.
Goldberg opened the week before.
Yeah.
With Jericho and
Jericho
Owens.
opened, huge pop in Chicago, a.k.a. the birthplace of Y2J.
Uh-huh.
And it's the resurrection of Jericho. Him and Owens go back and forth, banter. This makes out for the official Jericho-Owens match at WrestleMania
U.S.
for
title.
The U.S. title. Okay?
Uh-huh. Two Canadians.
This leads to a beatdown from Owens and Joe.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn comes out to make the save, and
then we get Sami and KO.
Crazy, groundbreaking match history. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
Remember when we used to get excited about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Then Owens gets the win, pop-up powerbomb, because he just killed Sami Zayn as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Rich Swann versus Neville. I didn't think that the Cruiserweights were going to steal it for 2 nights in a row. Brother, I was wrong, because they did. Because Neville and Swann was amazing.
Definitely. Yeah, two nights in a row that the Cruiserweights killed it.
Yeah, 2 nights in a row that the king of the Cruiserweights got it done. Thank you. That he got it done. Hats off to him. And I've been a Neville guy since day one. So seeing him get it done, awesome. This led to what some are saying the segment of the night with him and Austin Aries. Bosch, take it away, because you've been watching Austin Aries.
Oh, I mean, I've been an Aries mark since 2005.
Okay.
So, I mean, seeing that, I'm extremely happy for him. Like, he's one of the few indie guys that I've been waiting years to see him in WWE. So, I mean,
at one point, I never thought I was going to see him there.
I never thought so either, but I think it's awesome. I think he's a great in ring, and he's great on the mic and very charismatic. And I'm excited for it. Do you see it being a one-on-one match or a multi-man match on at Mania on the pre-show?
I would hope that it's a one-on-one
I
match.
hope so too. I mean, give
That's
Aries
what I
that
would like
moment.
to see. And to be honest with you, I would have put him on the pre-show.
I mean, but it
That
probably
that that would break my heart.
it would too. But just the fact that they're on the show is big. I mean, considering I've seen both guys wrestle at the Manhattan Center,
Right.
because I think there was a Ring of Honor show I went to that he wrestled as Pac. So I mean, I'm happy for both of them.
Would you like to tell your Austin Aries story?
What would that be when he turned heel?
No, isn't that isn't the Austin Aries story?
The
Isn't
fight?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, there
Try
was
not to give it away.
no, there was well because he turned heel this in Ring of Honor. He turned heel. Um, I forgot who he turned heel on. I think it might have been Rollins. Um,
Okay.
and he was on his way back to the locker room, and a fan spit at him, and he just him and the referee just proceeded to like beat the shit out of this fan,
Yeah.
immediately canceling out his heel turn because he got the biggest pop of the night when he did that, and the
Yeah.
referee.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I guess I have
I
another
enjoy
one.
it.
This was from 2006 at a Ring of Honor
Okay.
show where he was, I guess, walking towards the locker room, and some fan yelled out, "Oh my God, Austin Aries, I love you!" And he was like, "Join the club," which I thought was great.
Ah, ah. Um, I think it's great. I think it was smart that they pulled the trigger on that there
Yeah,
because it was,
Chicago,
that is Ring of Honor
a Ring of
country.
Honor crowd. Yes.
That is an indie crowd. That is a diehard wrestling
Yeah.
fan crowd. So they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They certainly knew what they were doing when they did that. So
Hmm.
kudos, hats off, and blah-blahs to them
Yeah.
for doing that. That was a great segment, and seeing Aries' eye was cool, knowing that's healed, even though he looked a little, upset.
I mean, it looked like shit when it first happened. So.
Yeah. Enzo and Kaz, segment with Sheamus and Cesaro, name calling, blah, blah, blah. Goldberg comes out.
That
title
wasn't on the
belongs
Hulu
to the
version.
fans. Huh?
I said that didn't make the Hulu version.
Oh. Goldberg got a huge pop.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know if you peeped this on the Hulu version or not. At the beginning of the show, whenever Goldberg got
Wait,
mentioned,
Kidman
he got
used
a
to do
huge
the
pop.
unprettier in WCW?
Say again?
Kidman used to use the unprettier as a finish in WCW?
Correct.
Oh, I don't remember. Okay, continue.
Yeah. Goldberg was getting a pop in the opening segment with Jericho. While Goldberg still got a pop during his entrance, it was getting a little bit more mixed as he got closer to the ring.
Yeah,
Huh?
the mic.
And the mic too, yeah. Then, the CM Punk chant started.
Yeah, which he acknowledged. He said, "I hear you," and then
Yeah.
perfect timing. Heyman came out.
Yeah, and I think
Right now, Heyman and Stephanie are the two Punk remedies.
And honestly, I didn't think Brock was going to be there.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think Brock was going to be there.
Well, I think he's at all these Raws, but he does dark matches.
Yeah, and he's been slaughtering Big Show when the lights go out.
Yeah.
So they have, well, not they. Brock is just staring down Goldberg. Heyman's cutting a home run promo. It's not the Andrew Dice Clay promo he was hitting a couple weeks ago, but he's hitting a home run promo. Then he calls Goldberg Brock's bitch. Turn around, F5. The entire time of the F5, the belt is hermetically sealed to Goldberg's
Like, what's it mean? Like, between this and the closing segment, where people are just taking moves and not defending, like they're just standing there. The guy goes for a move and they don't defend themselves. Like, Goldberg didn't defend himself at all from the F5.
Yeah,
and neither did Roman at the end of the show.
I was just there like, he is really, cutting that belt. So that was cool, and it was the first time Goldberg's been off his feet. So
it was the first time anything's been done to him.
Yeah. Segments and banter. Now we got Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. By DQ, it's Enzo and Cass. We then get what I've been waiting years for, and that is the video package for Rick Rude and the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Bosch. What do you got? What are your thoughts?
I think you should take this one. This is your guy.
God, if anybody knows me, then you know that I absolutely love and adore Ravishing Rick Rude.
I mean, your name is at Ravishing Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, on Instagram, on IG, as the kids are saying. Follow me, like for like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ravishing Rick Rude. The gimmick was without question ahead of its time. I think if that gimmick was around now and Rick Rude was doing it, he'd be on top of the wrestling world. Rick Rude in the 80s.
Or people would bitch about it being politically incorrect.
Oh, that's true. In today's world, yes.
He's calling people
Rick
fat.
Rude, yeah, you pleasantly plump people. Yeah, that's exactly how that would end.
Yeah, I don't think that would fly today.
Yeah, Rick Rude had one of the best physiques in all of wrestling in the 80s and 90s. You can say whatever you want about steroids, but without question, the guy was a freak of nature and he was blessed. A lot of people don't know this. Rick Rude was a professional arm wrestling champion.
Okay.
Did you
I know he. No, I didn't know that. I know he was from Minnesota with all those guys. I think that
he was from Minnesota, went to the same school as Barry Darsow, Kurt Hennig, the Road Warriors, and too many others.
I would have. I don't know. I would have either loved or hated to be in that school. Like if I was on their good side, I would have loved it. If I wasn't, I would have hated it.
Yeah, I think guys like us would have hated it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been hanging out with them.
Not to discredit
especially the physiques we had in high school. Like not much better now, but we were twigs back then.
Not to discredit ourselves, but it is what it is, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were all from Robbinsdale. Rude again was a national arm wrestling champion. Went to national and world competitions, always placing in the top 10, some of which in the top 5.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, he was trained by Eddie Sharkey, which is the same person that trained the Road Warriors, and I believe the Steiners.
Okay.
Or at least Rick. Little known fun fact, when Eddie Sharkey was down in his luck, lost all his money in the wrestling business, Rick Rude gave him a burlap bag filled with cash in it.
Yeah.
$2,000.
And I would say, like, if you want a good history on Rude, I would say, I mean, we're going to keep putting them over. They already have a million listeners every week. But Pritchard's show definitely did a good job covering Rick Rude's run in WWE.
Yeah.
And so, Something to Wrestle With, definitely check it out. I'm sure you are because
Something to Wrestle With, Bruce Pritchard.
They're only the number one wrestling podcast right now. So I'm sure if you're listening to us, you definitely listen to them.
We're number one in Bangladesh.
I bet.
Yeah.
I love. Pritchard was on Peter Rosenberg's podcast last week.
Really?
And I guess Rosenberg told him like, "Hey, plug us on your show." Because you have a million listeners. So Pritchard goes ahead and plugs Cheap Heat on their own podcast. And once he leaves, Rosenberg's like, wait, I wanted him to promote us on his podcast, not our own. People are already listening to us.
And let me tell you, he's got a shit ton of new shirts.
Oh my God, there's so many.
Yeah.
Like every week they huh? No, it's
I mean, in a good way.
In a good way, but in a bad way because I can't fucking afford them all.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
Like every week there's like a new quote, and then there's like 5 shirts made out of it.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Mexico is a fucked up place. That's what I'm waiting for.
I'm sure Trump has plenty of those.
definitely listen to Pritchard's podcast. That includes everything from the Rude
Uh-huh.
Awakening vignettes to so many more. Rick Rude was, believe it or not, pretty stand-up guy.
Yeah.
He did what he was told backstage, from what it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Big family man too, but just one of the most talented guys ever to get in the ring,
Yeah.
and one of the toughest. His most notable victories include a feud with the Ultimate Warrior, which culminated in Rude beating Warrior for the Intercontinental title at, is that WrestleMania 4 or 5? I think 4, right?
No, 5.
No, 5. 5. Warrior's actually in the tournament, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania 5 in Atlantic City. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how the following year, how over that course of time, Rick Rude feuds with the likes of Jake the Snake Roberts, and one of the greatest feuds
Well,
of the 1980s.
I would say that was
WWF.
my favorite feud of his. Just the stuff with Jake's wife and having her face on the tights and Jake ripping them off. I thought that was great.
When you hear my tie for number 1, you're going to be a little shocked.
What?
My favorite Rick Rude feud is either the Warrior, or believe it or not, I'm a huge fan of the Rick Rude Sting feud.
Sting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rick Rude Sting feud was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Rick Rude is somebody that kind of put Warrior on the map in terms of great matches before Hogan and Savage did it.
Yeah.
Let's not forget their classic match at SummerSlam 90 in the steel cage.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Rude was a part of several different WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and Royal Rumbles as key parts, especially at Survivor Series, because he always captained or co-captained a team, including his feud with Roddy Piper,
mm-hmm.
which was also fantastic. I've heard many people say, why did he never feud with Randy Savage? Because Randy had Elizabeth, and that would have been great money on the table.
Oh, God.
While Rick Rude never had a mainstream feud with Hulk Hogan, he had fantastic matches with Hogan on live event shows, which included great matches at the Boston and Maple Leaf Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Let us not ignore the fact that Rick Rude did, in fact, jump ship to WCW and immediately targeted Sting when he was the quote-unquote WCW Phantom, and went after Sting's United States title, and culminated in Rude becoming a world champion for WCW on more than one occasion, and was the main part of what I feel was one of the original evolution groups of pro wrestling, the Dangerous Alliance. And a litany of other things. Oh, my God. We're not talking about Rude's great work in WCCW, in Georgia Championship Wrestling, and in the NWA, which includes him teaming with Gino or Manny Fernandez, Rick Rude?
Manny
Fernandez with the Raging Bull.
Yeah.
And was tag team champions there. Gosh, Rick Rude just did so much. And his mic work, his promos, whether it be with or without Bobby Heenan, with or without Paul Heyman, with or without...
And I find it interesting that somebody as good on the mic as he is had, like, the two best talkers as managers.
Well, it's a little weird for me.
He didn't need them, but they both worked.
Well, here's the other thing to that. Here's my counter to that. He didn't like Bobby Heenan.
Really?
It's been said several times by Heenan and several others that Rick
I think it was mentioned on Pritchard.
Yeah, did not like / resented Bobby Heenan because he felt like he didn't need him.
Yeah.
He felt like he didn't need him. And versus with Paul, he obviously didn't need Paul, but he got along much, much better with Paul Heyman. And he didn't need him either. But yeah, that's been out there that him and Heenan, I don't think it was him and Heenan. He just felt like he didn't need Bobby Heenan to be there.
And I guess even for more modern fans, just what he pulled off during the Monday Night War was unprecedented.
Yeah.
And I think for some reason it doesn't get enough praise, compared to like when you rank the top jumping over moments. I feel like Luger...
How is that not number one?
I feel like Luger and Medusa get a lot of hype, and Hall and Nash and the Radicals, but how does that not rank number one, being on both shows on the same night?
And aren't they 30 minutes apart from each other, their appearances?
Yeah. And like he has a beard on Raw, and he's like clean shaven
Clean shaven
on Nitro. I'm like,
on Nitro.
how is that not the number one moment in the Monday Night Wars?
And hits a phenomenal promo.
Yeah, like I feel like
It was
that.
all heat, and it was all pop
Like
shots
I would say,
and
like
things.
like Luger, Medusa, Hall, and Nash, like those are big, but pulling off being on both shows the same night.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I remember watching live that night. I remember seeing him on Raw, and then like an hour and like maybe like a half hour later, like you said, he was on Nitro, and I'm bugging the fuck out.
yeah,
Like
same.
I was 11 at the time. Like so, I didn't know about kayfabe or contracts or
I
pre-recorded
was
or
like, how do you get a plane to book
yeah, that's what
to
I'm
be
saying.
in?
I didn't know about shows being pre-recorded or any of that. Like I thought both were live. So as a
Yeah,
kid, that blew my mind. So I don't know how that doesn't get enough praise or.
yeah.
Well, definitely a
But
cool
Rick
moment. He
Rude,
was one of the founders of DX.
yeah, absolutely, one of the original. He was the enforcer.
Yeah,
He was the insurance policy.
yeah. So I mean, I'm glad he's going in. It's a tragedy that he's not there to give that acceptance
Yeah,
speech.
because that speech would have been great.
Yeah, I guess same with like Macho and Perfect and
Yeah,
a lot of these guys that do get in, like we're happy to finally see them get honored and inducted, but it sucks that we don't get to hear their speeches or hear what they have to
yeah,
say. But and this is also the only one that they've announced an inductor for because Steamboat's inducting him.
yeah. Which a lot of people were a little surprised by that. I thought it would have been great for Austin to do it just to have him on stage.
But I've
But
also heard that Austin, well, that Angle wants Austin to induct him.
yes, which is another reason why
Why
whatever.
I
And
get it, yeah.
I don't know why Heyman also.
hmm
Heyman would have been ideal. Medusa could have been another one. Heyman and Medusa together,
Well,
which would have certainly been very entertaining.
for people that have passed, who usually ends up picking them? Is it the family that picks them?
I actually don't know
Because
that. That's a good
I know
question.
the inductee gets to pick who inducts them.
Not always,
Well, in most
but
cases, I
most
believe.
times out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was the one year, the one that I attended when there was like a McMahon in every induction, like the Mania 2000 main event. Well, Vince
Which one was
inducted
that?
Trump, and Stephanie inducted Trish.
That's right.
And
That is absolutely right.
I made that fake meme where everybody would be inducted by a McMahon. Where I said Triple H would
Yes.
induct Bruno. I think Linda would induct Foley because she was in his corner for Mania,
Yeah.
and McMahon Senior would come back from the grave and induct back. Was it Backlund?
I
Backlund.
remember that. I
And
remember that.
Shane would induct Booker.
That's right. I do, in fact, remember that.
But and then Linda ended up inducting Warrior.
Which was strange when it first came out, but they did a very, very, very good and poignant job of explaining it.
Yeah. Oh, so that means that
But
Shane's
yeah,
gonna induct Angle.
yeah. But congratulations to Rick Rude
And also, we didn't get to
we're,
discuss Beth Phoenix and Teddy Long, but congratulations to them.
no, we did discuss Teddy Long. Beth Phoenix, we didn't.
No, I think we missed the week that Teddy, and then last week was Beth.
No, but I covered Teddy on the show because I
Okay.
talked about his whole. I remember Teddy we covered.
Okay.
If I didn't cover Teddy, will somebody please correct me so I can do it next week properly?
All right.
I just went on a whole love spiel about Rick Rude. Why don't you talk about Beth Phoenix a bit?
Okay. I guess like I mentioned last week, I know the controversy, or like people are saying that is it too soon to put it on Beth, or
I mean, she's retired.
or is she does she not have a long enough career? Are there others that deserve to go in? I think with the women, they tend to induct them younger
Yes.
than the guys. I guess because they also want them to look good at their inductions. Maybe. Do you think that plays into why none of these women get inducted in either late 30s, early 40s?
I think that's exactly what it is.
Where they want them, like, okay, we don't want them coming up here in their 50s not looking as good, or
Yep,
if they're known for
correct.
I mean,
I think it's just cosmetic because the way
because with the
when it
guys, it
does
like,
a man, it's totally different.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like or even then, like when a guy ages, it's not as big of a deal as when a woman ages. Like I've seen articles of like, oh God, look how horribly this woman has aged. But I don't like. I feel like a guy can go up there at like 80, and it's not a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like with the women, they tend to like. Most of them are either in their late 30s or early 40s when they go in. Like I know Sunny was the youngest, and then
How old was Sunny when she went in?
Sunny wasn't even 40 yet. Cause all right, Sunny is how old now? I think she's always saying her fucking age on Facebook, or just how good she looks for her age. Birthday. Cause Sunny went in. Okay, she's 72. Born in 72, and she
Okay.
went in the year that Sean went in, which was
Eh,
11.
yeah.
So she was 38. She was the youngest at that point.
Okay.
And I think when Edge went in the following year, I think he was about the same age. Let me see.
Yeah, Edge wasn't 40 yet.
No. So Sunny was 38. Edge is a year younger than her, or a little less than a year younger than her. So Edge was about the same age.
Okay.
And I'm sure Trish and Lita were also not 40 yet.
No, Trish was not 40 yet. I know
No.
that one.
And neither was Lita.
That much I know.
Beth Phoenix is 36.
Ooh.
I thought she had already hit 40, but she's 36.
Yeah, that's a little.
So that would make her the
little
youngest. First one born
yeah.
in the 80s,
Yeah.
because she was born in 80. Wow. I didn't know she was that young.
Yeah, me neither.
So,
Edge. Um.
well, this would make her and Edge the first married couple in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because everybody else is divorced.
Hmm. And would
Divorced,
this
broken up, or
would
dead.
this make Edge the first guy to get with two Hall of Famers? Because he's
Unless
been with.
Sean slept with Wendy Richter.
I don't think so. And
I don't
I
know.
don't think anything ever happened with Sherry.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Rick and Sherry, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, Beth Phoenix's career. Why don't you touch on that a little bit?
I know she was multi-time Women and Divas champion.
Women and demons, yes.
I loved the stuff with Santino. I thought that was very entertaining. I enjoyed her and Beth Phoenix, her and Natty as a team, the Divas of Doom. I mean, it's just tough because she had like a 5-6 year career.
Yeah, for picks, right? Because she was on. I remember her on Raw in 06, 07. By
Yeah.
07, I remember she got injured and then came back.
Uh-huh.
When she was wearing the cape and all that stuff, she was kind of doing.
I mean, I guess. I guess it's like what we said, where they're trying to bring them in while they're young and hot. I mean,
Yeah,
it's sexist, but it's true.
I get it. I've done the same thing.
I mean, I thought they were gonna go with Mickie James, but I guess since she's around for a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't. And you know how they are about having people actively working while on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They only did that for Rick because they wanted Rick, to go out.
Well, he was doing a retirement match the next night.
Yeah,
And I mean, I'm trying to think of what other women. I mean, there's Victoria.
Victoria's 40, right?
I think she's like closer to 50.
Oh, really? Is she that high up there? She's phenomenal.
Let me see. Victoria is 46.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I think Elizabeth.
Okay.
But I guess I don't know what I mean. I guess every year they want to have that woman to go in to be there on the podium with everybody else, and I think it's tough when
Yeah, I think they're trying to do the one posthumanist and the one woman, the one
yeah,
team, the headliner, and two miscellaneous.
a minority.
I think. Yeah, and okay.
I'm not even trying to be an asshole.
No, your delivery. It's fantastic.
No, but I mean, I guess
Um,
last year they knocked out two with one stone because they had Jacqueline go in.
that's right. Bosch.
I'm not. Oh my god, I'm not even trying to be an asshole for once. I'm actually not.
No, but the delivery. It's great.
That's just my dry delivery. I don't know.
Oh.
So all right, what else happened on Raw?
Oh man, that's that. Wow, I gotta recover from that. Oh man. Whew. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Let's
Where were
go
you?
back to Monday Night Raw.
The Rick Rude
Um,
video.
did the video. Back from break, Foley makes a SAG match for next week where the winner faces Gallows and Anderson at Mania.
Okay. Do you see
Which
that
is
having a
gonna be
winner, or
okay.
you see it being a three-way?
I see that being a multi.
Yeah.
I don't see them leaving Shayna.
Like every other match.
Yep. Tozawa took on Davari,
I didn't see that.
and then Tozawa won with the Mike Graham German suplex.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had a challenge for Tozawa and Kendrick. Then they did more New Day's Ice Cream Humor. Then they did New Day's Shining Star.
Okay.
Women's Month, so they did a video for Trish and Lita.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Foley then does the segment with the ladies, and I'll let you take over from here. It's the ladies.
I know they're still going with the whole Bailey can't do it on her own thing.
Yeah.
Then, doesn't Sasha come out first?
Yeah, Sasha first.
Yeah, then Charlotte, then Steph. CM Punk chants erupt again. Stephanie shuts those down again, calling everybody losers like CM Punk, which I thought was great. Then they announced Bailey versus Charlotte for Mania, and Sasha has to beat Bailey to get into the match to make it a triple threat. So Bailey and Sasha have a match. Sasha makes her tap.
Which I thought was strange to do to the champion.
Yeah.
Of all, like, she didn't go over, Sasha, it wasn't clean or dirty because Charlotte and Dana tried to interfere. They got shot down.
Yeah.
They made it look fucking phenomenal. Dana called me. But for the champion to tap, was like, your thoughts?
At this point, like, I think everything that happened at Fastlane kind of just threw me off, like, took me away from this angle and storyline.
Okay.
I think now that Charlotte doesn't have the streak, it's almost like, okay, whatever. I think if they didn't want to
I want to still be involved. But
I
yes,
do too,
because
but
the
I think
streak is over.
I do too, but I think also the fact that it's been the same three girls going back and forth for the last year.
Well, now you have the possibility of two others going in.
Yeah,
now
but
play devil's advocate.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess compared to SmackDown, where they've had numerous feuds going on at a time and they've rotated around, and it hasn't been the same girls fighting each other for the last year.
So you like the belt? I'm gonna try to get you hot. So you like the belt hopping around from place to place? What kind of inconsistency is that? Wouldn't you rather somebody securely be the champion?
What show are you referring to? Because it's happened on both.
I'm trying to get to the facts here.
It's probably happened more on Raw than on SmackDown.
And I stand corrected.
It's.
I'm trying to get like Conrad.
First, no.
And it blew up in my face.
No, on Raw it's gone from Charlotte to Sasha to Charlotte to Sasha to Charlotte to Sasha, Sasha, Charlotte, Bailey. Okay. Where on SmackDown it's gone from Becky to Alexa to Naomi, back to Alexa because Naomi got hurt.
Well, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of women, Bosch. That's a lot of women.
What are you talking about? It's the same.
That's nowhere. That's nowhere near in the same caliber as.
It's 3 women, just like Raw.
Just no, it's not. There's more. There's more of them on SmackDown.
There's been like 10 title changes on Raw.
You're
just being a dick.
Numbers.
Continue. I'm basing my numbers based on fucking numbers.
I don't know.
You think by us arguing we'll have as many listeners as fucking Conrad and Bruce?
Maybe.
All right.
Also, one of the greatest promos of the night was the tribute that Triple H did to the doctors at WWE.
That was fucking tremendous.
That was phenomenal.
Putting over doctors.
Phenomenal.
I've never seen that before.
You see, Raw puts over doctors, all right? SmackDown's put over all the women under the sun. Do you have a defense for that, sir?
We'll discuss SmackDown after this.
And then you're gonna have to take over because I passed out.
Okay.
Samoa Joe and Jericho wasn't the match that I thought it was gonna be first ever.
It was.
I was looking forward to that.
I think the match ended in like a count out, right?
I put the spoilers away because I want to hear your opinion.
I don't remember that far back. I know. I think it ended.
Let me go to
it did. I think it ended with a count out, so it wasn't like a decisive.
You are absolutely right. It was short.
Yeah, so it wasn't. That's why I'm saying there wasn't anything special. That's why I don't remember much.
And then the count out. Joe tried to get the upper hand. Jericho threw him back in. Code breaker. Jericho stood tall.
Yeah, that's the one thing I remember was Jericho standing tall at the end.
Okay. All right.
Then next was
the segment we were waiting for that we thought was going to happen at Fastlane. Take it away.
First, Braun comes out, calls out Roman. Roman's music starts playing, but then Taker's music hits. Then Taker walks to the ring. Takes about 10 minutes. Taker gets in the ring. Braun backs down, walks away through the crowd. Then Roman's music hits. Roman comes out. He says, "This is my yard now. Get out." Then Undertaker just grabs him and chokeslams him. Oh yeah, they do the whole face-off. Taker looking at the Mania sign thing that they did with him and Hunter a couple years back. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like it was weird that Braun just like backed out and walked away.
I didn't think that was a bad idea.
I mean, I get the whole respect angle, and I don't know. I thought, considering the way they've been building Braun, like I kind of want to see him in that mix. I
do, but at the same time, it's the one thing that will scare the abominable Strowman.
Yeah.
That's the dead man.
So I guess this kind of leads like, all right, then it kind of looks like since Braun has nothing, he'll be in the Andre Battle Royal and winning it.
Yep, pretty much what it did.
Yeah. But I mean, I think him and I mean, I'm trying to figure out where they can go with Roman and Taker as far as like, do you put Roman over and then that's his heel turn?
But then that goes back to what I brought up a few weeks ago.
Or do you have Taker win and then
if he beats Taker, isn't he automatically going to be a heel to some people?
Hasn't he already been the biggest heel in the company the last 2 years?
Well, then that's what I'm saying.
But officially a heel character, like where he's actually being pushed.
To be a heel character. I don't think he needs to be a heel.
I mean, I think he's at that point where no matter what he does, he's going to get booed.
But so because of that, he automatically has to become a heel.
I mean, do they finally just give in and turn him heel, and then people are going to fucking cheer him?
But if it's gonna happen no matter what, why do it?
Yeah.
That's my point. If he's gonna get booed, because then he becomes a heel and they'll start cheering him.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
No, I'm trying to elaborate on your point.
But I think,
So,
that's happened lately where Dolph turned heel and he was getting cheered. Neville turned heel and he was getting cheered. So I feel like if Roman turns heel, there's going to be a thank you Roman chant.
well, then they're going to have to do what they did with him and Roman and Rusev and put him against the biggest face in the company to avoid that.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did with Rusev. They were like, all right, who do they hate more than Roman? Rusev.
Yeah.
And that was one of the best things that could ever happen to that kid.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see how they build this feud up for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that one I'm keeping my eye on.
It's probably going to be the one feud that gets the shortest push. Because everything else has been building for a bit.
Taker doesn't have to come out tomorrow, but he's going to have to come out in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Without question.
I guess, we'll see where this goes. How many Manias do you see Taker having after this? Or do you think this is it?
I thought this was the one. I thought so, but if he went ahead and came out.
I feel like it's not going to be complete until, Cena's like the one that everybody wants to see. It was, I don't know if it was this week or last week on SmackDown where Cena said in the promo, if I had things my way and I was deciding who I worked with, I would be wrestling Taker at Mania.
Did he say that?
He said that on a promo on SmackDown.
Wow.
That wasn't even talking Smack. That was on SmackDown.
On the live.
Yeah. Well, because The Miz was cutting a promo saying that I guess just insinuating that Cena always gets his way and he's like the politics and all this bullshit. And Cena said, "Well, if I got my way, I'd be facing Mania at Undertaker at Mania." So I don't know if that's like for him to throw that out there. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and that's a big deal for WWE too, because that's not something that's commonly done.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to keep my eye on that one.
Yeah. That's why you need to watch SmackDown.
That's true, and I have this damn Hulu. I'm paying for it, right? Might as well.
I've been taking advantage of just watching it on Hulu. They go up at like 6 in the morning the following day, so I've been watching them like while I'm getting ready for work in the morning and then during my break at work.
Yeah.
But I guess we can move on to SmackDown.
Yeah, because Raw basically ends with Taker,
Yeah.
marking his territory, getting ready for WrestleMania.
Yeah. So
SmackDown, take it away.
SmackDown, it begins with Ellsworth and Carmella against Cena and Nikki. It's a quick squash match. Nikki did the worst five-knuckle shuffle of all time.
I have to see it now. She probably looks so cute.
I guess she did it, but there wasn't much space between Carmella and the ropes, so it was really awkward.
Oh, that's not her fault.
Yeah, but then they did the double. She did the TKO or the Rack Attack 2.0, and he did the FU. But then they did their submissions.
Oh, they didn't do a double SPF?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, pretty decent match. It was a quick squash match, and then after the match, Miz and Maurice attacked. Miz and Maurice attacked them. They were on commentary.
Okay.
And Miz cut great promo. Said that Nikki and Cena were a disgrace to real love and real couples, calling them both fake. Then Maurice finished the promo saying, drop that bitch, because I guess the week before Nikki called her a bitch. So I thought it was pretty cool. I'm trying to find the fucking SmackDown results so I can get reminded. Alright. Oh yeah, this was from the week before where Miz silenced Cena's mic while he cut the promo on him. He said that that Cena ruined his main event run in 2011 by calling out the Rock. Cena mocked Miz for bringing up the same handful of criticisms everyone else has, then alluded to the fact that if he had his choice, he'd be working with Undertaker heading into Mania, not The Miz.
Okay.
He delved deeper into accusing Miz of not really knowing who he is, so that he spent his entire adult life stealing other guys' gimmicks.
Ha!
But then, I think it was on Talking Smack where Miz said that Cena was stealing shit from everybody else. Where he stole the Death Valley Driver from, I forgot who he said. He stole Dolph Ziggler's girlfriend.
Oh boy.
And then Miz said, he asked Maurice, what was Nikki doing when you were having your longest Divas title reign? And she said that Nikki was the celebrity wrangler. Yeah, so I know he cut a good promo on SmackDown, but the one on SmackDown on Talking Smack was even better. So I
Okay.
definitely recommend checking that out. It's towards the end of the episode. And that's when he told Bryan that if it was he can't wrestle because of his head, and Bryan said that they won't let him wrestle, but watch in a year and a half.
Yeah, when his contract runs out, I heard about that on the internet. Of course, everybody took that out of proportion.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know if that means that his contract is up and he can do whatever the hell he wants after that.
Yeah, but to sit here and think that WWE is not going to renegotiate
Yeah.
or try to keep him and not lose that money would
Of course.
be foolish, I think.
But, after the match, Hawkins calls out Ambrose. Ambrose gives him a dirty deeds on the ramp. Then backstage, he's looking for Corbin, and then Corbin attacks him. He throws a security guard at him. And then he gets in a forklift and crushes Ambrose under the forklift.
Crushing?
Like he's under the forklift and he brings the forklift down on him.
Wow.
Yeah. Then Alexa Bliss comes out to talk about who she's going to face at Mania. She comes out with Mickey, and then Becky comes out, Natty comes out. They're all challenging her. Then finally Daniel Bryan comes out and says that Alexa's going to face all the women and pretty much against any woman that's eligible to wrestle her on SmackDown.
Okay.
So I'm guessing, I don't know if this is kind of to see where Naomi's knee is at by the time of Mania.
Which I would get my hopes up.
Well, I guess it kind of leaves it open that if she is ready, she can come out and get that pop at Mania, and they would put it on her. But I guess this is like the safest route to go to leave that option open for Naomi.
Yeah.
And I mean, that pretty much, I mean, with Nikki and Maurice tied up in the mixed tag, and I admit that I wasn't crazy about that mixed tag, but I guess I see like the promos going into this match are probably the best for any build. Yeah, so they're doing a good job, and I guess it's going to play out on Total Divas too. But this leaves it open. I guess they had a tag match where it was Natty and Becky versus Mickey and Alexa, and Natty turned on Becky, and then after the match, Mickey kicked Alexa. So I'm guessing those four, Carmella, Naomi pending injury, maybe, I guess, Eva Marie.
I also say Kelly since we're talking surprise entrance, but Eva Marie sounds like the best bet.
I would say Eva Marie, and I guess that also leaves it open for like a few surprises, and they're probably trying to, because I did hear, didn't they say they were trying to contact women?
They were trying to contact who?
Like they were trying to contact different women for the show, for
yes,
Mania?
They were. Yes,
yeah, and I did.
Victoria, Kelly, and Jacqueline.
Yeah, so I can see them bringing in those surprises, because he said eligible to wrestle for SmackDown, so that pretty much just means anybody that's not on Raw.
Yeah, literally.
So, oh, that should be interesting. Another multi-woman match, but I didn't see them giving them a one-on-one. And then Orton and Styles had a great match for number one contender to face.
Orton won, right?
Yeah, Orton won. There was one spot where AJ was going to go for the phenomenal forearm, and Orton was going to counter with the RKO, but AJ faked him and jumped back down, and Randy just like RKO'd nobody and took the bump, and then
wow.
Then that went into the ending sequence where he went for a 450, missed, and Orton kind of launched him up in the air and caught him with the RKO.
Got it.
And then backstage, they are on Talking Smack, where he went to the back. AJ went to the back. He was pissed off, and he was yelling at Shane McMahon. And Michael Hayes was back there with his purple suit, and Road Dogg was in the middle trying to split them up. Right at the end, when he's like, "Get him out of here, Jiminy Christmas."
Yeah, Road Dogg stole the segment.
Road Dogg and Michael Hayes outfit.
Yeah.
So that was
He put up on Twitter the other day where to buy that stuff.
Yeah. So I think the SmackDown I think the mixed tag is building up very well.
Yeah, I'm more invested in that angle now than I was when I first got announced.
Yeah, I mean, same here, and I wasn't crazy about it, but it should be I'm not expecting it to be a 5-star match, but the build-up is great going into it, and the promos have been great from Cena and Miz. Even the little bit that Maurice has done, and Nikki hasn't really had any promo time during this feud, but so far I'm impressed, and I'm pleasantly surprised. A lot better than their build-up 6 years ago.
Without question.
Yeah. But, trying to think if there's anything else to discuss.
No, not that.
I mean, TNA.
TNA went to a major talent overhaul this week.
Yeah.
Targeting close to 8 to a dozen, close to Iris. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess we can discuss. I don't want to get into like spoilers for the next month.
TNA is really revamping things. They're under new management.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett seems to be at the helm of creative. They got Bruce Pritchard, Dutch Mantell, all these things that we've talked about. But the biggest part about TNA, this was Del Rio's debut episode, and he won the title.
Yeah.
Amongst controversy. Take it away.
Yeah. I think he beat him with like a belt shot to the head, and in the back they're asking for the belt back. So I'm guessing I don't want to get into spoilers, but I'm guessing moving forward they'll take the belt off him and put it back on Lashley. And
could be.
Yeah. So I didn't watch the episode. I saw a few clips on YouTube, but I just wanted to check out what Bruce Pritchard was doing. But I know they're doing the angle with Josh Matthews, where he's doing the whole heel Cole gimmick. And from the little bit I saw, I'm already annoyed with it, so...
Yeah.
I mean, in other news, Christopher Daniels won the Ring of Honor title on Friday.
You did? Where was I?
It was the 15th anniversary show. He beat Adam Cole in the main event. Frankie Kazarian turned on the Bullet Club and went back with Daniels. But I'm definitely happy to see Daniels win it. He was in Ring of Honor for the beginning, so it's nice to see him win a heavyweight title. I don't know any of the other results from the show, but that's all I know.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Every time I look at my computer screen, I crack up because I made your picture as my contact, that the picture you took of yourself off guard. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, I do, actually.
All right, so...
Alright, when you're in New York, you gotta learn how to be so efficient. What else we got on the burner?
Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan announced the name of the baby is Birdie Joe.
Really?
Yeah.
Birdie Joe.
Mm-hmm. Finn Balor is back in action this weekend.
Yes.
He was in
I got a question.
Yeah.
All four of you, leave your comments and annotation in the comments below. But I got one for you. Let's kick things off a little bit, and I might play devil's advocate here.
All right.
Why is the IWC prosecuting Goldberg? Okay, prosecuting Goldberg for winning the title. All right, for being bald and gray hair and winning the title in a minute.
Okay.
If they're rejoicing in Kevin Owens, who stopped wrestling for this.
Oh yeah, I couldn't hear the question.
The No, it wasn't a Q&A question. This is the title question.
Yeah.
Why do you think the IWC is villainizing Goldberg for not being a champion, not defending the title, not giving the young guys a chance, when in true reality, all they got to do is look at you and... Oh.
It keeps going out once you start getting towards the end of the question.
All right, let me try plugging this right back in. What I'm saying is...
Sounding like last week.
Why do you think the IWC... No, I'm good now. Why do you think the IWC is okay with Christopher Daniels being the Ring of Honor World Champion, but not Goldberg being the WWE Champion?
Well, I think there's a huge difference.
Go on.
I think Daniels has been consistently working his ass off for the last 20-plus years, where Goldberg left for over a decade.
Good point.
So it's more like with Daniels, it's more of we're happy for you, you deserve it, and with Goldberg, it's like, oh god, they're just giving it to you because you're a big star and you came back.
Clapping and everything, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the difference between the two. I think they're about the same age.
They have to be.
Yeah.
And he looks good for 55.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Well, yeah, I think that's the one difference.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between, oh, God, they're giving it to him, as opposed to, oh, yes, he finally got it. I'm so happy for him. You know?
What else we got?
Like I said, Balor made his return. Brock beat...
At a house show, which I thought was smart.
Yeah, well, they usually do that. Like they did with Cena or Orton. Like, they'll do the return at a house show to kind of get them ready for TV.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see them bringing Balor back before Mania if he doesn't have anything lined up, or he's the night after Mania?
No, because I don't see him going in the Intercontinental Multi.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
Intercontinental's on SmackDown, and that's looking like it's Corbin and Ambrose.
Yeah.
And I don't see him in the Battle Royal. Yeah, I say hold him off till the night after Mania.
You know, I would hold off, me personally.
Yeah. I mean, does he come back and challenge Brock or Goldberg? I never lost a belt.
Or he's got to challenge whoever is the champion, which not for nothing, just hearing that, it's not over.
Yeah.
That's got WrestleMania 33 written all over it.
I mean, do you see him... Do you see them making him a credible opponent for Brock? I mean, I would like to see it. I just don't know. Like, I feel like if it's not... Like, I feel like Roman is the only guy I can see them having take the belt off of Brock. Either Roman or they build up Braun strong enough to take it from him.
Braun won't get it. Braun's got to be like 5-6 years.
I mean, I don't see Vince putting it on a guy that's significantly smaller than Brock. I mean,
that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, they did it with Guerrero, but even then they had Goldberg help.
They had Goldberg help, and also, after a while, all the things that Vince loved about Eddie just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So, that's tough. I don't want to get a definitive answer, believe it or not.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You bring back Finn, like, how can he do anything but challenge for the Universal title?
And he didn't go to the top. All the craziest move he hit was a sling blade.
Yeah. I mean, either that or he goes after Rollins, who's a babyface. Because Rollins is the one that hurt him. That's the only other logical.
That would be tough.
So it's like, do you go after Rollins or you go after the champ? Those are the only two logical things he can go after when he comes back.
Well, if they both expire within the same days, I'll buy the belt.
Yeah.
So.
Because they had him in there. He was teaming with Jericho and Sammy against Hunter, Joe, and Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't feel that there's a difference between Christopher Daniels and Goldberg?
No, I think there is.
Okay. No.
I think there's a difference between putting it on a guy that disappeared all those years and putting it on a guy that's been working his ass off all those years.
Okay, that's fair. What else we got going on this week?
Asuka was at the house show as well tonight.
Yes, and it looked like she got a pretty good reaction.
I guess. Well, I know she's scheduled to face Ember Moon at the Takeover before Mania.
Yes, that is official. Yes.
So, if she were to lose to Ember Moon, would she also then qualify for the women's match on the SmackDown title women's match at Mania?
Right.
And have her come in and win the belt at Mania? Do you see that as a possibility?
Yeah. Okay.
I could see that being the backup if Naomi isn't available.
Yeah.
So I can either see if Naomi's available, she comes back and wins the belt, or if not, then Asuka wins it.
3 months, right?
Yeah. I feel like I feel like Alexa's gonna lose the belt at Mania, and it's not gonna be one of the women that were in there with her. I mean, it's not gonna be Becky, Natty, or Mickey that were in there with her. Or it could be, I don't know. That's one of those matches that can go any way, or she'll retain, or it'll be a surprise winner, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I like not knowing who's gonna win, for once.
Same.
Yeah, I like wondering. Oh, it can go either way. Like they could put it on Mickey or Natty as one of the legends. They could put it on Becky to have that Mania moment. They could leave it on Alexa for the cheap heel win. I don't know. We shall see.
What are his other items?
Other items?
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything else to discuss. Cena's going to be off TV after Mania to film Daddy's Home 2.
Yeah.
Jericho's Fozzy schedule was released, and he starts in May, and he has no concerts scheduled on Mondays.
Okay. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That he's going to stick around?
Besides that.
Yeah. I guess we can close with this. Marty Jannetty was offered to do porn, and he put up a status asking if he should do it or not. I think that's most important to end on.
Yeah, that.
Your thoughts?
Oh man, that. Wow. Oh, I got one for you.
Okay.
I got one for you. Big news, because this actually came out last week, but we all know why I didn't cover it. Fire Pro Wrestling making a comeback to concert.
What happened?
Fire Pro Wrestling. We haven't talked about that.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I forgot about that.
That's a pretty big deal, I think.
Yeah, it's coming out for PS4, right?
PS4 and I guess PC and Steam would be one of the same.
All right. Well, Team Package is invited to the Bosch Cave to play that when it comes out.
Oh, nice.
But, I don't know.
Yeah, Fire Pro Wrestling returns. I never knew that you had that.
I had the PS2 one. It was like a used one from GameStop. Like, it doesn't even have the original case. It's just one of, like, the old GameStop case. But,
No, I still got it, and like I said, I got to save it whenever you're ready. Because back then, you used to have the Game Shark it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, you guys, once the room is ready, you guys can come play with the PS2 version. I still have that.
Yeah, sweet. I think I can convert my save to the PS2 version.
What happened?
I think I can convert my save to the PS2 version.
Okay.
But you're just going to need a Game Shark for that, though.
Do they still have those?
You have to buy one from that era.
Oh, I'm not buying shit.
That's how I used to do it back then.
For to change all the names?
Change all the names, and I have like 2,000 guys.
I mean, I had to go back and manually change the names. I didn't get, like, it was impossible to get through them, but I had found that list that I sent you a while back. Yeah.
And then PS3 made it super easy because you literally download a save right to your system.
Yeah.
So that was
I mean, I still have all my PS2 games. I have all the Raw versus SmackDown, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, Showdown Legends of Wrestling.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, Fire Pro, and the TNA game, which I've never even played. But I got
better.
I got it on eBay for like $3, but I've never played it.
It's better with people.
Okay, so I'll play when you guys come over.
Yeah, it's better with people. One-on-one.
Well, I only have 2 controllers, so you can come over and we can play all these fucking games.
Yeah, one-on-one, no comment. Yeah, so Fire Pro Wrestling Revolution. Fire Pro, to me, was the only serious threat to wrestling games when the WWE cornered the market in the late 2000s.
Yeah.
It was a PS2 release, very big on different game engine than WWE, which up to that point, any wrestling game that came up with a different game engine, it sucked ass.
Yeah.
It looked like a giant NES game.
Yeah.
You could have up to 2,000 wrestlers, customized, create. At that time, there were match types in there that WWE was not thinking of doing.
Yeah, like barbed wire.
Like the FMW matches, the barbed wire ropes and the exploding ring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So since there's been a clamoring for it since the PS2, and the closest we ever got was PS3 released Fire Pro, but it was right before PS4 came out. So we never really got to get a fair run out of it.
Okay. I didn't even know it came out for PS3.
Said, yeah, it's on PS3. You can download it.
Oh, it's a download, not like a game?
Yeah, it's a download, not a hard copy.
Okay.
Because remember, the older PS3s, you can't go backwards.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was wondering. How much is it for the PS3?
I remember it being $14.99.
Yeah. I would just wait for the new one.
Yeah. And if you do get it, again, let me know. I got to save. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Especially since, even more so now, WWE has cornered the video game market. And while WWE's customization has grown tremendously year after year, having Fire Pro back will be tremendously refreshing.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Any plugs? Cause I just put my hand up my ass and I got nothing left up there.
At WCW Worldwide for all the old cool WCW stuff. I know they have a Patreon site where he sends out like nice little WCW kind of loot crate boxes, like old WCW. Yeah.
Okay.
And meanwhile, 22 pages later, our buddies over there, the Cap, Mike the Finance Guy, Ralph the Tech. Big shout out to them.
I gotta plug Kayfabe Cover Kingdom because they finally got their website up. They're actually at redbubble.com now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's on redbubble.com now.
Oh, all right, nice. I didn't know that.
He's on redbubble.com now. I got the official confirmation for that on Thursday.
He promised me a logo for the Bosch cave. I told him there was no rush on that because I'm not gonna have it ready till like close to the summer. But
yeah, so,
if he sends a nice logo, I'll make a nice like banner poster to put in the room.
Our good buddies.
Along with the picture that you got me at the big event. Oh, we didn't even get to this. Well, we discussed the big event last week, but we didn't discuss it on this week.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that now before we finish our plugs and not talk about last week. Big event, it was cool, just way too crowded. I'm going to put it right here on the spot. It's time for a big event.
It is. Like I've mentioned before, the venue that I went to for my first big event in 2013, when I saw the NWO guys, that was a huge venue. Like they had, even that one was...
Where was that again?
That was by the Hall of Science.
Okay.
And...
Corona.
Yes. No, that was a huge venue, and it had like a bunch of different rooms.
Probably more money.
It probably cost them more. I mean, they had a lot of big names at that one, but that was a bigger venue. Like I remember, like there was like a good 4 or 5 different rooms. Like you had to go to each room to like meet people. Not like this one where we're all crammed in the lobby or the hallway or the one ballroom.
Yeah,
I mean,
think even security was getting very frustrated at this one.
And they had the same group of losers lurking around the entrance. It was just tough. Like I know when we first got there, it was really bad.
Yeah, I was getting frustrated very easily at the
Hey, you know me, I'm fucking claustrophobic, and
yeah, no, me and you are the same. Just
yeah,
personal fucking space.
Oh, definitely, and I mean, I would try to I would try to cheer up once I met people. Like I know with SoCal Val, I told her I was like, it's never been this fucking crowded. And even like, when I finally met Victoria, and I guess she told me, she's like, oh, it's finally like dying down a bit. I was like, thank God. And she started cracking up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was a little out of control.
yeah,
Plus, with Paige being there.
yeah, and everybody
Yeah.
going crazy. Like even when I was trying to meet Alberto, and like that one chick was like pretty much like on top of me, and I was like, oh, I mean, take me out to dinner first, shit.
Yeah, she was like literally right up your ass.
Yeah, and it was like, what do you like? And I like at one point I was like, is there a fucking line for this? Because there's people coming from every corner trying to do the pictures with them.
Yeah,
Then
that's why I
finally,
kind of tried to back you up because the
yeah,
handler was just like, I don't know, and I was
and I
like,
was
you're
like,
about to know something.
no, and I asked him, I was like, is there a line for this? Because there's people in every direction. Like, I don't know. And I was like, here's $20. Can I get my picture with Alberto and I'll get the fuck out of here and everybody else can fucking obsess over Paige.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous.
Who do you think gave you the best experience this time?
This time, let me see. Definitely Kali. Oh man. Out of the people I met, I thought SoCal Val was sweet. Tatanka was really friendly.
Yeah. And we
Uh,
appreciate you, baby. Yeah.
Melissa Santos was really funny. She was really sweet and friendly. So was Victoria. Billy Gunn was cool. Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah, Billy Gunn was cool. Hillbilly Jim, I love. I love Hillbilly Jim.
Um, Mero was cool. DDP, I saw DDP was cool with you, but he's always cool.
Yeah.
Mongo kind of brushed me off because he wanted to see Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
I thought
Could you do the Mongo bit? Could you do the Mongo bit?
uh, I go to take the picture. Is that Ron
Yeah.
Simmons over there? Is that Ron Simmons? Poses for the picture. Sorry, bud. I gotta go. I gotta go see Ron Simmons. We were all American together. I gotta go. And then he just runs over to see Ron Simmons.
Oh man.
I can't do his voice, but that was pretty much how it went down.
The best one was you were I forgot where you went. And I was waiting by the elevators, and Mongo was coming, walking.
Yeah.
Mongo was coming walking, and I was like, "Hey, Mongo, what's going on, man?" Just saying it or whatever. I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
And Mongo's walking, and he's like, "All right, baby, yeah, Mongo, right here. I'll be signing autographs." And he's not even looking at me. He's like looking at the wall.
Yeah, like he's very dismissive.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, baby, Mongo. All right, yeah, man."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Mongo.
Yeah.
I loved me and Mark Merrill. I almost cried. That was great.
Yeah, Merrill was cool. Headbangers were cool. Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas. That was in the beginning when it was still crowded.
Yeah, that was pretty rough to get into.
And then, like, I know I was mad because there was the one point where Tony posed in front of me and had his arm in front of my face.
Yeah.
And I think you snapped the picture right after he put his arm down where it was like blurry.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Get that.
That would have been a funny one, but Tony Atlas was pretty cool. Rocky Johnson seemed nice. Apparently Christy Hemme gave me the fuck me eyes, according to you.
Yes, absolutely. Christy Hemme wanted jumping bone.
Okay.
Yeah, she wanted jumping bone.
But cool experience. I know the Big Event has a new Facebook page because they've been stuck on Big Event 5 for the last couple years, and they couldn't change the name, so they finally made a new page.
Good.
And I guess they said once they reach 2,000 likes, they'll start announcing names, and they only have like 500 now.
Yeah, they better get together, brother.
Yeah, they're not the Pritchard show.
Yeah, seriously.
But I guess we'll see what's going on then. Obviously, I have to budget myself differently this time around, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, same.
I'm thinking of just putting aside like $10 or $20 from each check between now and then, and that should be more than enough because that's like 7 months away.
Yeah, especially since they haven't announced anybody yet.
Yeah.
And in true reality, I don't see them announcing anyone until SummerSlam season.
I mean, they usually announce people like the week after the last big event.
Well, I thought they were going to have the headliner by now.
Well, I think the thing is that the gap between the November and March big event is so much shorter than the one from March to November.
Right.
Because from November to March is what December, January, February. It's like it's 4 months compared to 8 months.
Yeah.
So from now to the next one is twice as long as it was from the last one because it feels like we just had the last one in November.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Like I think we even
I don't know.
recapped that
You
one on
want
our.
to? You got any predictions?
I don't know.
I guess it's because I really want to meet him, and it's one of the last ones I got left. I think this is the Hogan one
Hogan?
for me. I think this is the Hogan one for me.
That
He's
one.
been quiet.
That one I would say depends on what happens with him in WWE.
That's a good point.
I mean, maybe if
good
he
shout.
comes back to WWE, that would be more of an incentive for him to do big event because he's not going to be contracted as a wrestler. Kind of like I know Sting just did this one, right?
Yeah.
Sting did this one in gimmick.
Correct.
And I think Tyson was in the upstairs room where they did the bikini shoot in the Mean Gene video.
Tyson was upstairs. Sting was in the theater.
And I really wanted to get Tyson, but I couldn't. Like, there was no way I was going to pay $100 for a picture.
Yeah, just for one, no.
Yeah.
Combo, yeah.
Yeah, combo I would have done, but picture for $100, that was. I mean, I love
Even
Tyson.
though my buddy Shane Fair, he got that nice piece signed.
Oh, that one, the one that that guy showed us with the punch out. That one was great.
Yeah.
That was worth it. But yeah, I mean, this one felt like they had a lot of non-wrestlers between Tito Ortiz, Dennis Rodman, and Mike Tyson. I mean, all three of them had involvement in wrestling.
And involvement inside of Hot Women, always a plus.
Yes. Because Tito Ortiz was with, was it Jenna Jameson?
Jenna Jameson, yeah.
And he was involved in TNA a few times.
Yeah.
Because I know he was a ref for a match, and he was in Aces and Eights.
He was in Aces and Eights for like an hour. He had a match. He did a couple different things.
Yeah, and then Rodman was obviously with NWO and Celebrity Wrestling.
You know.
And Tyson
against Savage.
Tyson was part of DX. Well, that's three.
Yeah.
Well, two great factions represented, and Aces and Eights. But as far as next year, I don't know. The one later this year, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I like getting I like getting like the obscure ones that really show up, kind of like the Mongo, Lamero.
Yeah, baby, Mongo, yeah.
Rocky John. I mean, I wanted to get Mongo because I was a fan of his as a kid. Yeah, no, that experience sucked, but I don't know, like Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas. That was a good one to get.
Yeah.
Outside of like the regulars, I don't know. We haven't seen Beefcake in a while, or Virgil.
Beefcake and Virgil I haven't seen in a while. Valentine got booked last minute on this one.
Well, he's like Valentine's at everyone. I've never seen him not booked.
Who else?
He's always going to be there with Andrew Anderson. I'm still mad that I didn't get that photo op with him and Beefcake and Valentine at the Legends Fest with the tag belts. It's like, damn it.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
I'm not sure who we haven't seen in a while, though.
Because I feel like the regulars were always Virgil, Beefcake, and Valentine.
Yeah.
And I feel like Ashley's becoming a regular where she's her own vendor and comes in for every one of them. Ashley Massaro?
Ashley's becoming more and more regular. Christy Hemming's becoming more and more regular, too.
Mandy Leon.
Yeah, Mandy Leon.
Well, they also... I feel like they always run with when ROH is in town. So she's always around for those.
Well, yeah, I mean, they kind of... Why wouldn't you if you're them?
Yeah.
You know, if you can't be on the Ring of Honor signing for whatever reason, why not?
Yeah. Because I think they already announced a date for the big event.
Yeah, the date is out.
Yeah. I know last time it was, like, late. And it was Survivor Series weekend last year.
Yeah.
Because that was the weekend we bought the podcast back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
Overall, I thought it was a good experience. It was very crowded.
Yeah, it's always going to be crowded.
I regret at least getting an autograph from Mongo, because when you told me about your experience, I was like, I kind of don't want to meet him now.
Yeah.
But overall, it was cool. When it died down, it got better. You know, what sucks about that place is not even the commute, because we've kind of mastered the commute.
Yeah, we've been pretty good. But then, like, when we get there, there's the line outside.
Yeah, there's the line now.
It was freezing last week.
It's freezing. And the only thing that I have to say is you got to go there with a full stomach, man, because there's nothing around there.
Yeah, like there's not even like food in the hotel.
Well,
like
there's a snack bar, but
yeah, but that's not gonna fill you up. And then unless you go to the bar and that food's fucking expensive.
Yeah, for no damn reason.
Well, it's hotel. I mean, the food when I was in North Carolina wasn't. I mean, it was like average price. Like a burger was like $10 or $12.
Okay.
Which is what you'd expect.
And a burger at the hotel was $18. So.
Yeah. Well, this was also North Carolina compared to LaGuardia Airport.
Yeah, I mean, but come on, ain't a fucking Hilton.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
You know.
The Hilton was nice.
You know, so.
But, yeah. And I was a little bummed out that Road Dogg couldn't make it due to a family obligation.
Yeah, that one I was going to do, too, because I missed him in New Orleans.
Yeah, because I wanted that Outlaws photo. I mean, if they do a tag team one again, I'll definitely get them as a team.
Yeah, for sure.
I know there was one at Legends of the Ring where Billy Gunn was doing tag photo ops with Bart Gunn and with Road Dogg. So.
Oh, that's cool.
But I feel like Legends of the Ring always gets all the better signings, and it's just a pain in the ass.
What day is that? Did that pass?
That one's usually June and October.
But you said it was a bitch to get out there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a better route to get out there, because what happened was I took a train to, I forgot where in Jersey. It was the morning after my graduation party. I don't even know how I made it. Yeah, I took the train was 30 round trip. And then I had to take a cab from the train to the hotel, which was 35 each way. So I paid $100 in transportation.
Wow.
Yeah. And it starts just as early. I think it started at like. Did it start early? Like, I think it started around 9. So like I was leaving. I pretty much like went from like my party to like eating something and then going to Penn Station. And like, yeah, so I was like hung the fuck over.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. That was not well thought out. And I had a baby shower that evening. I think I went home, slept, and went to a baby shower.
I don't know. I might do this. This AJ Lee signing. I don't know yet.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of doing that one. She's doing the one in Barnes & Noble Tribeca. They finally put it up on the Barnes & Noble site. And she is doing... I
might go hit that.
And that's a Wednesday night. And it says she's doing photo ops and autographs. She's signing the book, not regular autographs.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
And she's
not doing the Justin Ventura gimmick, or he'll do 1-on-1 if you buy the book.
Yeah. 6. It's at 6 o'clock, so I'm guessing I can probably get out of work like an hour early.
Okay. Yeah, it's at 6. Let's see.
Don't mind us, guys. We're just planning out.
Yeah, pretty much on your time.
Yeah.
On your time.
No, we're not going to text about this. We're not going to speak in private. We're going to do it in front of all of you guys. We're going to plan it.
Because we want you to be a part of all this.
I mean, feel free to join us. She'll be AJ Lee will be signing her book, Crazy is My Superpower, How I Triumph by Breaking Bones, Breaking Hearts, and Breaking Rules. That's a long fucking title. Barnes & Noble, 97 Warren Street in Tribeca.
Yeah.
Wednesday, April 5th at 6 p.m. So you have to purchase the book. What I'll probably do is go during lunch and purchase the book and get the wristband.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I remember I did that for the Daniel Bryan one, but that one was all the way uptown, and I couldn't get out, so I might just... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm on vacation the following week. Fuck.
Yeah, again, I think now at this point we have to talk in private.
Yeah.
I'll
find a way to go. I'll find a way.
Let's finish the plugs. Yeah, Kayfabe Cover Kingdom, and for all your graphic design needs, if you need any logos, if you need any websites.
They designed the legit Bosch shirt.
Yeah,
The
all
logo,
the For Life logos done by him.
Yeah. So definitely
check
shout out to him.
He's got a Redbubble store now, redbubble.com/people/Kayfabe Cover Kingdom, my main man.
All right, I'll definitely check him out.
Cover Kingdom, my number one fantasy booker. Check out the Kylie and V podcast featuring my Vacation Bay Vanessa doing the Kylie and V podcast.
Hi, Vanessa.
Always funny to check out, even though she encourages my bad behavior, including that I almost robbed the bank on Friday.
Oh, I didn't hear about this one.
Yeah, well, yeah, it goes down in the DM.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't know what that means.
If you say so.
No. I had a ski cap. Not a ski cap. What the fuck am I saying? I had my my hat on. But, the gangster hat, and the last time she saw me with the hat, she said I looked like Mickey from Rocky.
Okay.
Okay, and then so we were snapping, and I said, listen, don't say shit about my hat. And she's, we're talking, and she's like, I won't say anything about your hat, even though you look like you're getting ready to rob a bank with that thing on.
Okay.
So I stood in front of a Chase Bank, and I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I pulled the hat over my head. Mm-hmm. So she was finding that pretty funny, honestly funnier than you found it. So plug the Kylie and the V podcast. Who else is there? Oh, John Harder. John Harder is putting out amazing, and I mean amazing editorial works. If you're a fan of the old school WWF magazine style of writing, then you want to go to johnharder.com, the professional 3 on Tumblr, and the Hardware HQ. Of course, aceprowrestling.com. I'll be commentating, signing autographs, and eating empanadas on April the 8th. Main event, Danny Moss taking on Donovan Dijak. We've got Arcadia versus Anthony Gangone, lumberjack match between Adam Payne and Anthony FNB Ramirez. We've got a women's matchup between J.O. Cotto and I believe her name is Nadia, I believe the girl's name, or Nadia, or Navi, something like that. Fantastic. Vince Steele's going to lock horns with Astro Morales. Got a fight for flight match. We've got Sebastian Cage taking on Donovan, taking on Sebastian Cage, Mike Donovan. Taking on the debuting Kid Christian. In addition to that, it's Mario Boccara taking on Crowbar. This is a stellar match card. Why wouldn't you want to be there? Get your tickets now at aceprowrestling.com. I'm going to be there. Hey, shake my hand. I'll sign a couple autographs, and maybe you can buy me an empanada. And, of course, that's going to be first time ever when Donovan Dijak takes on Danny Moss for the 8th Heavyweight Championship at the Morgan Drew Arena, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey. I think that's all I got.
All right, sounds good to me.
I think that's all I got. Trying to think.
This daylight savings fucked me up because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and it should be 1.
2 o'clock in the morning. It should be 1. I'm acting like I don't, or like we don't have a JOB to attend to before this snowstorm from hell. And I think the only way for me to close the show is to close the show the right way before we do our sign-off. So with that being said, before we do our official sign-off, I'd just like to say, hey, Abby, how you doing?
Oh, we're back to this again?
No, I'm just saying hello.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying is hello, okay? Right? In Donald Trump's America, I can say hello to women, all right?
All right.
Nazi.
Well then.
I take that back. You're not a Nazi. You have great hair. Your hair's too nice to be a Nazi.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Thank you.
Okay. Even though your power drill and your blow dryer are the same size. Just saying. All right, guys. I think that's. I think. Oh, you know what I want to plug?
What?
The social media department, aka your right hand, can spam the crap out of them, and maybe we can get a favorite, a retweet, a like, a DM, or maybe even a 5-second interview. Can we plug the shit out of the greatest wrestling podcast on the earth today? Something to wrestle with, Bruce Pritchard. I'm hooked because of you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. It's a great podcast. I look forward to it every Friday at noon.
Every single Friday. I do have one question for you before we sign off. The Beyond the Mat episode, any good?
Yeah, I mean every episode's been good. That one was good.
I skipped that one for WrestleMania 15, which I'm starting tomorrow.
All right, yeah, definitely check them all out. I don't think there's been a bad one.
No, I've even been going backwards until the poll comes out.
Yeah, I think they put out the poll for next week.
I'm actually doing WrestleMania 15 tomorrow.
Okay.
And before the next episode comes out, I'm doing WrestleMania 6.
All right, he's done a few Manias already.
Oh, no. I'm picking and choosing at this point.
Okay.
I chose WrestleMania 6 over Houston.
Okay, the options for next week are Yokozuna, In Your House...
which came up on the WrestleMania 9, okay.
In Your House, Beware of Dog, Mania 24, and Piper. And Piper's in the lead.
Ooh. What's number 2?
Mania 24.
Yoko?
Yoko's in last. Piper has 35%, Mania 24, 26%, In Your House, Beware of Dog, 23%, and Yoko has 16%. I mean, all 4 topics are great. I mean, that's the problem that all 4 topics usually are great, and I hate having to choose between the 4. But I voted for Piper.
Yeah, that would be my vote, even over WrestleMania 24.
Yeah.
Not to say that was a bad Mania, because it certainly wasn't, but the connection that Pritchard has with Piper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go with that. I think besides, like, Rick, Bob Orton, even though he's not alive, Adrian Adonis, Brett. Even though Brett talking about Piper is different.
Well, even just talking about the whole Piper's Pit with Brother Love.
Yeah. Yeah. And the later stuff. Plus, if anybody's going to know about the fallout from Piper leaving all those times, it's Bruce.
Yeah.
You know, especially the fallout in '89. Especially the fallout in '92.
96.
96, and then the comeback in '03.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would definitely go for that also.
Yeah.
So that I think that's all we got. So.
Well, I guess would he be covering, since he can't, Pritchard began after Mania 3, so I guess he'd be covering Piper's comeback after Mania 3, right? Or would he?
Right. So he would be covering, is that Mania 5 or 4?
I think 5.
5, and it's with him, so it's going to start from '89.
Unless they'll probably do like the brief history of Piper's pre-WWE run, and then Mania's, like the word to set of the score, Mania's 1 through 3.
Well, they'll just talk about that history-wise, but Bruce is not there.
As far as like Bruce's time with him would be from Mania 5 on.
Yeah, from '89 all the way to 2007.
And I feel like everything pre-Mania 3 has been covered so much already.
Remember, Piper doesn't do anything in 2008, and by the time he does WrestleMania 25, Bruce is already gone.
Yeah. I mean, you got the stuff with him and with the two of them in Mania 5. You have Mania 6 with Bad News Brown and the Half Black.
Yeah.
You got the match with Brett.
Yeah.
You got him coming back in '94 as the ref, and then the stuff with Lawler. Then coming back in '96, the Backlot Brawl, and being president. And then comes back in 2003.
By the way, my match of the week for this week, and I'm going to do it Hall of Fame themed every week for one of the Hall of Fame classes. I got to sit down a little bit last night. I got to finish it because I watched it later in the evening. But I got to sit down and rewatch Rick Rude versus Ric Flair from WCW Fall Brawl in 1993. And one of the cool things about this is it's on the network. It's in the Hall of Fame collection. That way you don't got to search for it. The match itself is right there. definitely check it out.
All right.
Yep, I just put my hand up my ass. That's all I got. I got nothing left up there.
All right. Pretty good episode. A lot better than last week's.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but this episode was fantastic.
The Phantom episode.
The Phantom episode. When we get 1 million likes, that's when that one's going to
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So when you're listening to your podcast, you're listening to it
for life.
Oh, baby. Baby, I eat this shit from right out. Dedicated to all the pretty girls. Yes! Pretty girls. All the pretty girls in the world. And the ugly girls, too. Yes! But to me, you pretty anyway, baby. You give me your number, I call you up. You act like your pussy on interrupt. I don't have no trouble with you fucking me, but I have a little problem with you not fucking me. Baby, you know I'ma take care of you, cause you say you got my baby and I know it ain't true. Is it a good thing? No, it's bad, bitch. For good or worse, makes you switch. So I walk on over with my crystal. Bitches, niggas, put away your pistol. Dirty won't be having it in this house, cause bitch, I'll cripple your style. Now that you heard my charming voice, you couldn't get another nigga. Your coochie won't get moist. If you wanna look good and not be bummy, yo, you better give me that money. Give me my fucking money!
Don't you worry, I said hey.
Give me my fucking money!
Hey, dirty.
Give me my fucking money!
Don't you worry, I said hey.
Give me my fucking money! So I glanced at the girl glanced at me. I whispered in the air, you wanna be with me? You wanna look pretty though in my video. Oh, dirty on the hat and I let you all know. Just dance if you're caught up in the Holy Ghost trance. If you stop, I'ma put them killer ants in your pants. I'm the ODB as you can see. FBI, don't you be watching me. I don't want no problems cause I put you down in the ground where you cannot be found. I'm just dirt dog trying to make some money. So give me my streaks and give me my honey. Radios play this all day, every day. Recognize I'm a fool and you love me. Yes! None of you better look at me funny. You know my name down, give me my money.
Hey, dirty.
Sing it, give me my fucking money. Sing it,
You
girls.
worry, I said hey.
Just sing it right. Give me my fucking money. 31 is mine. I think y'all should give him it. Give me my fucking money. I like you, girl. Give me my fucking money. Like this all night, bitches put your ass out, let me hold it tight. Yes. You're looking at my wrist saying this so nice. The price, bitch, is diamond shining disco line. You better help me solve my problem. Yes. I'ma get this money and rob them. Yes. Lucky dog when I won the lotto. Yes. Ain't up on my car, I'm carrying Rollo. But hold on, you can call me dirty and then lift up your skirt. Yes. And you want some of this dirty? God made dirt and dirt bust your ass. Yes. Stop annoying me, yeah, play my music loud. And take the back to no dirty to move the crowd. Just say he had his dick in his mouth. Eddie Murphy taught me that back of the house.
Hey, dirty.
Give me my fucking money.
Don't you worry, I said hey.
Give me my fucking money.
Hey, dirty.
Give me my fucking money.
Don't you worry, I said hey.
Give me my fucking money.
Hey, dirty.
Give me my fucking money.
Don't you worry, I said hey.
Give me my fucking money. Give me my money.
Hey, give him my
Give me my fucking money.
Don't you worry, I said hey.
Give me my fucking money.
Hey, dirty.
Give me my fucking money.
Don't you worry, I said hey.
Give me my fucking money. Give me my fucking money. This is the greatest night ever. Yes. Give me my fucking money.